What's going on, guys? How was everyone's weekend? I'm gonna get started here in 2 minutes. Let's wait for some people to join. What's up, Mavis? What's up, Matthew? Chris, what's going on? John, how you doing? You guys hear me okay? Make sure everything is up and running good before we get started. What is up? Let's get some activity in the chat. Don't want a boring stream. There we go. Going on, Cameron, Jason. Oh, yeah, where is everyone from? Everyone put in where you're from. We got Miami. Jealous. I wish I was in Miami right now. YOLO. Macro level, we're bullish. Absolutely. Absolutely, we are bullish. What's up, Nick? Sicko. LA, we got Chicago, Alabama, LA, Houston. Grant, have you been to Alpha Elite Gym? I'm a big fan of like Christian Guzman. But they just opened up that Alpha Elite Gym. We got Atlanta, DC, New York. Let's go, baby. Jersey, Carolina, West Virginia, Miami, Dallas. This is awesome. North Dakota, Newport Beach. Love you too, KC. Another Houston. Chris is from the USA. The US of A. Are you gonna go to that Alpha Elite Gym? I met Christian in New York City. Pretty cool. Tampa, Houston. Wow, we got a lot of Houston. Maybe you guys should do a little trading session meetup. Rhode Island. Wow. We don't have anyone out of the US. Yeah, Alpha Elite is insane for anyone that's near Houston. Definitely go check it out if you're a gym enthusiast. H-Town, Arizona. I went to the Grand Canyon a few years ago. Took a helicopter ride through it. Looks like we got mostly a lot of Texas people. Cali. Looks like we got a lot of Florida, Texas, and like New York, New Jersey. Just moved to Nevada. Rent the house in Vegas and trade. I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. That'd be really cool. What's up, ZK? Also, just found out Bob Saget died. Rest in peace to that guy. Not sure if you guys heard the news. But let's get started. Anyone have any questions before we get started? Not regarding charts, but regarding like general market sentiment or just any educational questions. No, this is enhanced market speaking. I am enhanced market. If you couldn't tell by my chart. So, me and C Blast both will hop on together and we could stream together. Yeah, rest in peace, Bob Saget. I'm bullish as always. There is not a reason in my mind to be bearish on the overall market. When the chart goes from the bottom left to the top right, there's no need to be bearish, right? There's dip after dip after dip. Yeah, right. We're just experiencing another dip. But you know how many times people have been trying to call the top? And it sounds like he benches 235 while trading. I got a 45 pound dumbbell in my left hand right now. I'm cranking out curls. Yep, absolutely going to be covering how to do the dashboard. I'm just going to cover the charts. Should I cover the dashboard first or charts first? What do you guys want to see? we got a big crew here today. Finally, we got some activity going on. I'm excited. So when the chart's from the bottom left to the top right, there's no need to be bearish. Seems like everyone is like kind of freaking out on Twitter and in the Discord, because we're at a little dip here. But take a look at the overall chart. I don't think there's any worry. Dashboard first. All right, everyone wants to see the dashboard first. You gotta. All right, everyone wants to see the dashboard. Yeah, everyone hit that like button, sub. Okay, let's cover the dashboard. It looks like everyone wants to do the dashboard. So here are all the tabs. Actually, I'll cover how to find it first. So if you're a new member and you go into our site, all you have to just do is click dashboard at the top here. Sign up or sign in, click dashboard, and it will bring you right to this page. This is the page that I look at when I am trading. So I have two screens. So I leave this on a different screen, and I leave my charts on this screen. So I have two screens, or you can just look at the flow on your phone. We do have a mobile version, and it looks very good. It looks very clean. We just finished the mobile version, so we're always making improvements. This is still never the final version. We have a ton of new things coming soon, so just know that there's going to be constantly new updates coming. Okay, so when I'm trading, this is the page I'm looking at, the dashboard. This is the real-time option flow. Will this be available afterwards? Yes, this is going to be posted on my YouTube after, just like every other live stream. So what I do is I'm looking for aggressive day trades or weekly trades. I don't really like to swing anything in this market. It is pretty choppy. So I'm looking for short-term weekly trades, out of the money calls or puts, if you guys play puts. And I'm looking for just bullish sweeps. So first, I'll cover the filters that I use. So when I'm trading out of the money calls, this filter is out anything that's not out of the money. I don't really use any of these too often. I will go to the expiration tab and I will do less than. And so for this week, right, I'm gonna do anything below the 28th, right? So I do want to see some I want to see all 114 contracts, and I also want to see 121s, just to see what people are positioning for next week. Yeah, watch for sector rotation, absolutely. But I'm just gonna, I base my trades off flow. So I make my watch list. I have my watch list here. I'm gonna look for flow within these tickers. I like all these setups. So when you have a good technical setup and you see good flow coming in, it's very likely that there's going to be a move. So you can also reorganize this table. You can move everything around. So what I'll do is I'll just take off favorite. I use sweeps only. So I'll uncheck trade, and then I'll just usually take this off the table. Then I really just look for bullish only. So I'll filter that to bullish only, and then I can just take it off the table. Volume and open interest, I'll put volume first. That way I can see volume ahead of open interest. And this is really how I set up my table. Calls, I'm looking at calls only, so I don't need that. What else do I do here? Premium in the beginning of the week, I usually set this over. I change it every now and then, but definitely a minimum of 30,000 just to avoid the small orders. Usually 50,000 to begin the week. This is what I'll look at. These are bigger orders. Right, $70,000 seems like a lot to us, but to a hedge fund or an institution or trading firm, this is nothing, right? So we want to follow the big money. Not that these don't mean anything; these definitely are important. But I like to follow the big orders, and having these short expiration, these are very aggressive sweeps. So, for example, like this order was placed Friday before close on Tesla. They took a 114.1080 call, which was $50 out of the money for 65,000 bucks. So a super aggressive trade is just not as an aggressive. It's a block trade, or it was like a planned trade. So Sicko asked, what if the bearish flow is greater than the bullish flow? I will be able to tell that by the chart, right? So I'm playing setups and I'm looking for setups to the upside, right? So like, for example, QQQ this week is sitting at a triple bottom support. If it breaks below, I'm not going to play calls, right? That's just a given. I'm looking for a break of a resistance to the upside. And if we see flow come through at the same time that a major level breaks to the upside, that's how you know, right? It's going to end up moving to the upside because flow is supporting it. We now have a technical setup to it as well. And there's multiple areas of confirmation. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's see if some more questions. Yeah, we do have a bunch of meetings. I know the we need to watch out. I think it's on Wednesday, that CPI meeting, the CPI number. Yeah, so CBLS just covered what that means for anyone that's. I'll read it out. So a trade order on our dashboard signals a massive option block purchase used by institutional investors and traders with financial backing. These trades are so large, privately negotiated off exchange. So that's what a trade means. This is exactly what I'm looking at during the day. I don't change it really. The only thing I would change maybe is this to 40,000 or 30,000, depending on what day it is. If it's a Friday, I'll change it to 30,000 because there's not as many big orders on Fridays. You don't even need these too. You could just take these off too. Right? This is just the important stuff. This is what I look at here. Anyone have any questions regarding this page? Another good thing to know. So like, I don't really look at it too closely, but if you take a look at the number of contracts purchased, there's something to consider is like an odd lot, or a crooked contract. It's called. So it's called a crooked contract or an odd lot position size. Crooked contract, basically, like this is not a crooked contract. Right? They purchased 500 contracts. This was a planned trade. This was this guy or girl, whoever bought this, wanted to purchase 500 contracts, right? So they had it planned ahead of time. Or compared to this one, they bought 316, right? They're trying to get filled with as many contracts as possible. Right? It's an odd number. It's crooked. So that's definitely something to consider. Like 929, this person was just trying to get as many contracts as possible on this one. Right? They were anticipating a move quickly. So just something to consider, but don't pay too much attention to it. The size of the order, expiration, and how far out of the money it is really the most important. I took out volume and open interest. You can clear the filters, or just refresh the page, and everything will return back to normal. You can favorite tickers. if you have a small account, something good to do is to put this on price less than 2. That way you can filter out for cheap contracts. Now everything coming through the table is something that you can purchase or you can follow. So that's another good thing to do. Let's see, less than 28th. Actually, I'm going to do another week out, the 4th February. And then you could see, what comes through here. The largest, cheapest trade was for CVS. Open interest, the amount of contracts that was bought in the previous day. So, for example, if you have, let's see, try and find a good example here. I actually want to find a big trade that beats open interest. Let's try and find a good example here. Okay, so right here. This is so someone sold these calls, but I'll just use it as an example. So pretend this was bought, for example. So someone bought, for example, 2,000 contracts of AMLP. The open interest was 19. So someone bought more than the open interest on the previous day. So this person was anticipating a move if they bought it, but it's bearish, so they sold it. I'm just trying to give an example, like this one as well. Someone bought puts, 1,000 of them, and that's like way more than what the open interest was, right? So that's why this is highly unusual. You don't really have to look too much into it. I'm trying to just make it as simple as possible without getting too complex, because there are a lot of beginners here. But yeah, that's really all you need to know. Pool order flow, sure. So pool. Actually, let me go to historical. So here's pool. Not that much flow, right? The last time flow was received was on 12/31. I have no filters on too. But 49 calls to 7 puts. That's the flow for pool. This is the most recent. Yeah, filters also reset if you go to snapshot and then back to dashboard. But the new notification system will allow you to update, or it will allow you to save your filters. Ronnie asks, can you share us your thought process as to why you chose AMD to be part of your watch list while using the dashboard? So, one, you can either look at the dashboard. For example, you can look at the snapshot, right, and pick the top tickers and see if they have a good setup. Right, so for example, AMD is up here, which is why he asked me. But what I do is I look for the setup first, right? Chart means everything for me. If the chart's nice and it has a good setup, look, I even included the flow here, so I screenshotted it and copy pasted it. So for example, AMD is sitting at this critical support here. We're about to test it at 130.60, where we have a double bottom, and this flow came in within the last hour on Friday. So why is this kind of important? Let me pull the comment section just in case. Okay, so why is this kind of important? Well, we have a critical support here, so we can totally bounce off 130.60 and see some upside back to around this 145 to 150 area. And we received a very large sweep of 778,000 or 787 for 218, a 145 strike. So they bought some time. They bought about a month out, a month and a week. Very out of the money, right? Almost 15 bucks out of the money with a lot of premium. So this is the daily. It's oversold. It's at support. So if this bounces and tech starts to move, I'm going to be watching AMD. And I might follow this exact contract, honestly. See what happens. That's why AMD's on my watch list for this week. Thoughts on Boeing? Boeing looks great, honestly. Here's the overall chart. Let's go to the weekly. Whoops. So, I mean, I would put this line like here. It's on the verge of breaking out. It does this every time too, right? We have a move, we consolidate. We have a move, we consolidate. Move. Now we have some extra long consolidation. But look at the MACD, right? Super oversold. This looks ready to go. Definitely looks ready to go. Keep asking questions, guys. Stay active. Stay active. Drop a like in the chat. Put your favorite ice cream. Put your favorite food. Whatever it is, let's stay active. Football starting. Who do you got? Chargers or the Raiders? Let's keep the activity up. Talk to each other in the Discord, in the chat, whatever it is. Stay active. Don't want people falling asleep on me. Yeah, definitely like BA. Watch it over this 218 level. Definitely watch that. This guy goes chocolate. I was slightly kidding about your favorite ice cream, but I guess, you know, we could start sharing our favorite ice creams. let's pump some lo-fi. Yeah, not a pumper. Definitely not a pumper. The people on Twitter are like, a lot of people like to pump stocks with the big following. If you notice, the people with the big followings on Twitter only play small cap stocks, low float, small cap stocks. I wonder why. Because they have 500,000 followers. They add a position, they tweet it out, and now they have thousands and thousands of people buying the position after them. And if it's a low float stock, it's gonna make it go. It's gonna make it go. Yeah, definitely add Boeing. My favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip for sure. Oh, so you're up 24% on the day, then gave back half and ended up with 12%. See, that's a perfect day right there. You started at 0%, right? So you started even on Friday morning. You were up 24%, but you lost 12 and you ended up 12%. So you were up 12% for the day. You can't look at it like, oh, I lost 12%. You made 12% that day. How do I set stop losses for these breakout trades? I don't really use stop losses, honestly. I'm looking for quick trades, daily trades. But like, for example, here's Tesla. Here's the Tesla chart. Here's the daily. My stop loss on this is going to be the low of this candle, right? So 1010 is my stop loss. And my price targets around, my first price target's 1080, and then 1100, and then 1117. Yes, I do answer questions. If I miss a question, I apologize. Ask me again. I'm not used to having this many people in the chat. Do I think, what was the question? I don't know how these streamers read these questions so fast. I guess I'm just not used to it. Will VXX breaks 100? Probably not, but anything is possible. We would need a massive crash. We would need a crash. That's what we would need for this to hit 100. Oh yeah, where'd the music go? Sorry. Can you guys hear that music? For the technical analysis tab, you just fan through multiple time frames. Yes. Or look at the setup that you plan to trade it on, like the hour. How do I scale in? How do I scale out? So for example, let's see. Let's find a good example here. So I'm going to give you an example right here. So here's UPS. This is just an example on how to scale in and scale out. So we have a inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We have a previous level of resistance, or you can use this level. Can't even keep my mouse steady. So you can either take a starter position at the break of one of these candles, right? Breaks through, huge momentum candle on the break, which is very strong. Then we consolidate a little bit. This is where you can take your starter position. You could take your starter position at the break. You could take a starter, or you can add to your position when we pull back and retest this level right here. Right, so this is the level you watch. You enter as soon as it breaks. You start with, let's say, 2 contracts. Then it pulls back a little bit. Then it finds some new support, moves to the upside, and then at that break of that previous high right here, you can enter your full size with the stop loss below at your entry point, like right below your entry point. So, I mean, I could write it out. Maybe that's easier. So you enter at the break. So you enter there. You wait for that next pullback. You add on the pullback. Right? So you add this pullback here. And then if it falls below your original entry, you take the stop loss, right? Or I don't really use stop losses, so you just sell your position below your entry point. And then, right, so sometimes this can also fall below this level and then move back to the upside, just like this, right? So we have this previous resistance, acted as a support, and then it kind of did a fake out before moving to the upside. So that's why I always like to put my stop loss, I guess you could say, or position smaller. That way you can tolerate a bigger loss, if that makes sense. So always size smaller than you think. Anytime someone gets kicked out of trading is because they're sizing too big. So size smaller than you think, because you'll be able to tolerate a bigger percentage loss on the contract. So you add this pullback right here, and then you start to scale out as your resistance levels get hit. So this is the next resistance I'd be looking for. Right? This candle right here, resistance, acted as resistance again. So I always like to scale when the move runs to the upside, because IV is the highest. Contract prices are pushing very quickly. So always scale out when it's to the upside and not the pullback, right? Scale out, I'm talking about. So you added here, you added more on that pullback, you watch the move break, right? This is when IV is the highest. And then as it approaches that next level of resistance, which is this yellow line here at 216, 216.10, you can start to scale out here. So it started to consolidate. It did one last push. Then when it does that last push, you could start to sell out. It pulled back again. You could really do another add right here, right? Because this previous resistance, right? It rejected here. It rejected here. It pulled back, held 3 times, 3 strong dips, and it pushed back one more time. And you could have sold again. So that's basically how it works. Always sell into strength. Always, always, always. If you're selling on pullbacks, you're going to get the worst fills. One red candle on an option could send you down 20, 30%. So that's why you always, always, always sell when it's moving to the upside. Let me see what questions I missed. Am I a scalper? Recently, I've just been, day trading, I would say. Scalping's more like trades 1 to to 5 minutes, 1 to 10 minutes. You know, day trading is like, you know, half hour. It could be an hour, 2 hours. It's just trading intraday. Yep, this is definitely recorded, John. You want me to do another example? Yeah, absolutely. Could definitely do another example. So let's do Tesla actually. So this was a great trade that we had the other week. I'm actually gonna put this example in like pink, so you can ignore everything else. Actually, I think I had it like this. I don't remember. Whatever. You guys get the point. So we had a massive falling wedge. Price was getting tighter and tighter. I was looking for a break of this wedge to the upside. So what did I do here? First, I looked for a break of this candle right here, right? So we had one rejection here, or one high of the candle here, another high right here. So let me zoom in a little bit. Where am I? There we are. Sorry if I'm losing you guys. So this is what I did. Okay. One level of resistance. We rejected it again, pulled back, right? We did a little fake out before the breakout here. Classic move. So this support ended up, right? We fell through. Everyone was probably taking puts right below this 893 level, and then it ripped to the upside, which is why, you know, you have to kind of wait. And this is why starter positions are good, right? So if you took, for example, puts here, you took a starter position put, and once it broke the next level of support, right, you would have sold. But this was a pretty nice fake out here. So back to the example. One level of resistance, two level of resistance. You enter at the break here, right? So you take one contract here, one or two contracts, whatever you can afford, or whatever your trading style allows you to buy. Then you wait for that next push up. So always, it's gonna push, it's gonna come back down and consolidate, which happens every single time, literally every single time. So you take a play at the break of the resistance, it pushes, then you wait for that consolidation, and then intraday, let's find this. Intraday, it's gonna form a pattern. So this is what happened, right? We formed like a double top here, and we had an ascending triangle, basically, right? Higher lows with a flat top. And then at the end of the day, this looked primed for a run up, right? We just broke out of the major resistance. We broke this previous resistance. Everything is pointing to the upside. The flow was very strong. So I ended up adding more at the end of the day, and we ended up having a massive gap up. And it ran literally right to this candle. Ran, and then scaling out wise, let it run, let it do its thing, and start to scale out when it approaches resistance, right? So we have one rejection, 2, 3, which is why it broke that level. It could have scaled out here, or you could have scaled out when it retouched, but that's a pullback. So best to sell into the strength. And then the runners, right? So you could have sold here, left one or two runners, and the runners is really where you make the bang for the buck. That will cover most contracts, complete price. And then it ended up just running and running and running. That's exactly how we played Tesla. So why do I like Tesla this week? Why did I take a big position? Or not, I shouldn't say a big position, but an average size position on Tesla this week. So this is what I'm looking at. Let me turn off these EMAs. We can see the picture here. So what do we have on Tesla? We have one level of resistance, 2, and then we broke, strong candle right through it, pulled back, tested it again, and then we tested it one more time here, and then we just tested it again on Friday. So big level of resistance. We are now using this old level of resistance as support, right? We bounced once, twice, and 3 times. I am looking for this wave B. So we just had a 5-wave sequence, right? This is a 5-wave sequence right here. We have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This now turns into an A wave. I'm looking for that B wave relief bounce into around 11:30. My target for this week is around 11:30. This is a great risk to reward play, which is why I took it. Yes, it's risky swinging it. Yes, we're in a downtrend in QQQ. We're at a major support on QQQ. SPY might see some more downside. But I like the flow on Tesla. Had some good flow. I like the risk to reward. It's worth it. You got to take some risks sometimes. So stop loss is 1010. I'm going to cut probably below 1,000, right? Because I don't want to be, I don't want to get faked out before the breakout. Definitely not. So I'm going to cut probably around 1,000 if it doesn't hold 1,000. And the price target's up here. So we have a very nice risk to reward. Right, so we entered here. Our target is around there, and our stop loss is right around 1,000. So the risk to reward is almost 4 to 1. Great risk to reward. Ask some more questions, guys. Keep it up. Can I share my chart setup if you want? Actually, you can go to my username on TradingView, Enhanced Market, and if you go to my profile, you can just copy my chart exactly, I think. Let me see. Yeah, so you can click like this, I think. And then, yeah, so click these dots right here and then click Make It Mine. You can copy the exact chart. Oh yeah, this is what I posted. So for example, look, this is exactly what the setup was. I said Tesla daily falling wedge, putting in a hammer candle. All right, we had a hammer candle on the daily, held the 0.5 fib. Risk to reward is absolutely worth going long here, right? So we had this old resistance here, act as a support, falling wedge, and boom, broke right through, and we caught that. So I'm not lying when I said we caught that. But you can just click Make It Mine and you'll copy the exact chart. John said, how important is IV when choosing the option? Honestly, I don't look at anything regarding the contracts. The way I pick my contracts is, do I think it can get in the money? Like, is my price target, or is the strike price, is it able to get in the money? So for this play, we chose an 1100 call, which is right around here. If we see a move, the move that I think we may see, it's going to go in the money. Right? You don't want to take like a 1200 call here for 1 week. It's not likely. You would need a very big move to see some gains. So always take. I mean, obviously, like the closer the strike, the more safe it is. But your final price target should be like the strike that you used. Like that's like the best risk to reward. Always out of the money calls I use. Always. Yeah, we could take a look at Adobe. Delete it. So Adobe. Let's see what we got here. So this is like a complex correction, right? So we have a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and 5. This is too deep of a wave 4. this might be the wave 3. Yeah, this is what it is. And then we had A, B, and C. Yeah, this is what it is. And typically wave C's go to the 1618 or the 1414, which are these two lines here. So it might be some more downside. And there's really no good setup here. So, you know, it's not like there's no falling wedge. I mean, this you could watch right here, like decent. But I feel like I'm just trying to force a pattern out of nothing, you know? All right, let's start to do some chart requests. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the stream. Drop a like, thumbs up, sub if you're not. I do stream every Sunday. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you're in the Discord. You know, this actually isn't too bad. If it can hold here and break around 550, I think it might see a nice push. So I'll do some chart requests. Casey, do you have any tips in trading the first hour of the day? Be quick. The market's still picking a direction, especially on Monday. Watch the flow, the dashboard. It's a must. Where's my dashboard? Here it is. Definitely watch the flow. See what's coming through. This is a must. Like, I can't trade without this. Can't trade without it. So, you know, this is a must. Definitely a necessity to trading. How many plays on average do I take a week? The max amount of plays I have at once is like 3. Anything more than 3, it's tough to manage because contracts are moving quick, right? Very, very quick. So I have to watch very closely. If it's like a quick intraday trade. So max 3 trades at once. Anything more than that just gets too hectic. So I really like to be like in 1 or 2 trades at once. A lot of people can handle a lot more. But, you know, everyone's different. Everyone has their own strategy. All right, let's start to check out some charts. I know someone asked me for Hertz. I think, yeah. So they had that gap up back in October, right? All right, so there's a little double bottom here. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty damn good, right? Double bottom, common level of resistance. If it can break this 25.98 level, should make a push to that 28 level, maybe even higher. Good risk to reward, right? You can enter right here. Stop loss is right below that 22.40 level, right? And your price target's there. So you can even enter here. And, you know, decent risk to reward. Yeah, you have to use the dashboard. I am a permable, but the only reason I'm like only playing calls is because we're in an overall bull run. Like, the market's literally just going up. So there's really no need to be playing puts. What we need to watch for on QQQ, though, is this triple bottom. We are at a critical support here. We broke this level of resistance, right? It acted as a support here. Did a little fake out for the breakout here. I hope it does it again. We need this level. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to push to this pink line. Right? We have multiple bounces across the board on this pink line. So I think we're going to see like 1 or 2 days below this 378 level. before pushing back to the upside. The market loves to fake people out and take people's money. So just be cautious. How do you get the just go on the website for the mobile version. You go on Bull Trades. Yeah, but regarding Adobe, it's decent. It's my entry, I like to use the daily candles for entries. Could be over 5, 20, 42. Yep, I have to use the dashboard. I think you should do a short live trading video of how you use the dashboard while trading. Yeah, I could do that. I can make a little video so the flow is coming through. Is there a way I could share both screens? That's definitely got to be possible. That way I can have like half my, or so you can see both screens, like the chart on the right half and the dashboard on the left. Best bullish setup. It's like a tongue twister. There's a lot of great risk to reward trades here. Like if all these can hold, there's huge upside. Nvidia definitely has the best downside risk to reward. If it breaks this 271 level, 270 level, the next support is at 230. I know C-Blast has this on high watch here. When you're making 30, I mean, I started making $100 when I started trading. Been trading for like almost 8 years now. Uh, 4 hours good. Any time frame's good. You can use any time frame. It depends what kind of trading you're doing. Right? If you're swing trading, look at the bigger time frames. Doesn't really, it's not too important. Like look at anything besides the 1 minute. The 1 minute's just hectic. I like the 3 minute, the 5 minute, 10 minute. You know, I use them all. Whatever works for you, make it work. Right? There's no exact science. Everyone has a different strategy. Just put the time in. I can really go on a little rant here. Make trading like a business. All right, a lot of people are looking just for their hands to be held, and you know we can definitely do that, but it's not going to work forever. It's really not going to work forever. Put the time in and learn how to trade. This is like the most entrepreneurial job, I guess. You work on your own. You can be done trading in 5 minutes, and you can make the same amount that you would in an 8-hour shift. Put the time in and learn how to chart and understand the market. Position right, size smaller than you think. Find good setups. Chart every night. Right, you can either work a 9 to 5 and hate your job and sit on the toilet and watch your phone because you don't want to work, or you could trade. And I prefer to trade, that's for sure. Takes a long time though. The amount of times I blew up my account when I first started, did it 3 times. I went from 1,000 to 100,000, blew it up, went back to 0. I didn't save any of the money. I didn't withdraw anything. So that was like depressing. Especially I was a young kid. I had 100,000 and I put like, I think I put 75 grand into one trade. And it went to 0. And I was sweating bullets. Because 75,000 was like all I had at the time. And then I restarted because I put like a couple months into learning. I ended up doing another 1,000 to like 75,000. And then I took out 15. So I finally saved some money on the side. I actually learned one lesson there, right? I withdrew some money. And then I ended up blowing the rest because emotions took over. And then I did it again. It went back to 0, and then I started again. Took a couple months off, but just put in the time. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. This is like the best job ever. You can't let emotions ruin you. Can't. Everyone has emotions, and everyone's right. You're gonna be excited, but you need to like remove that emotion. It's tough, but you have to. When you use emotions, it's like you don't think with your head. It's crazy. It's crazy what emotions can do, but that's why algorithms are so successful. It trades based off of a plan, right? So you have to plan the trade and trade the plan. That's what an algorithm does. It has a key level it's looking for to enter a trade. It will enter. It has a key price target and stop loss, and it has key metrics, obviously. That's obviously proprietary, but no emotions. Size right, and play the setup. I basically trade full time. Yeah, I do other stuff on the side, but I basically trade 24/7. So, personal tips for trading without emotions. I think I linked a video actually in the Discord. Let me see if I can pull it up quickly. In the market resources section, I thought I posted a video. Oh yeah, these videos right here. So mental game. It's like an hour-long video, and then trading psychology. There's multiple parts. Watch these two videos. It's like a little up in the market resources section. Definitely watch that. Those are like two videos that I would highly recommend to watch. Blue 4K in my first 3 months. I got it back now. Yeah, it definitely sucks. Blue 8K in December, built it up in 3 weeks, lost it in 3 days. That's exactly what happens. You ride the escalator up and you take the elevator down. No, we didn't come out with an app yet, but we're definitely going to. How you draw supply and demand areas, or support and yep, same thing. So supply and demand is support and resistance. I mean, for beginners, this platform is called Trading View. I don't even know if the name's anywhere. Oh, right here, Trading View. Like this would be a support region. You can use any of these tools. Right, this area is support, and right, resistance and support doesn't have to be horizontal, be diagonal. So like this is a level of resistance. Multiple touches that fail to break out. Working with a small account, I know a lot of members have been very successful with just trading SPY. One, you get 3 days. It's very risky. You get 3 days of 0 data expiration contracts. So riskier, but you can grow an account quicker. You need to be a little more risky with a small account, right? It's very tough. You have little room for error. You can't take a stop loss, and like it's tough. Small accounts are very, very tough. Twitter makes it look easier than it is, right? Everyone posting gains only, but that's what marketing is, right? You don't see like Apple posting their negative things happening, or you don't see a big company posting anything negative ever, besides the media. Very, very tough. So don't make it like a lot of people are in the same position as you guys. Not, I'm saying you guys, it's like everyone, but whoever has a small account and who's having a difficult time building their account. I struggle too. I went through the same exact thing. I blew my account 3 times. And you know, if you stick with it and put in the time, you'll slowly learn, and you'll slowly, you know, it will click in your head, just like anything else. When you put in the time, you'll get results. Okay, let's go over some charts. Hopefully that little, see, I told you I can go on a rant and I didn't stop. QQQ did that basically. Triple bottom support needs to hold. AMD basically did this. Double bottom, right? Needs to hold this 130.60 level. If it can hold, we might see a pushback up to the upside. Low. I'm just gonna do like super quick, guys. I don't really want to spend too much time on charts. Big downtrend, right? If we take a look, this is the 2 hour. This is the daily. Super laggy right now. Just broke this key level of support. Wouldn't even look at it. Doesn't look too good. If you're new here, make sure you drop a like. Really good. I hate saying that. Let's see what else. UNH. They have earnings coming up, and they just saw something happened here. No setup really, right? Broke this level of resistance. Chart it out for you just to make it clear, right? 1 rejection, 2 rejection, fell below. I mean, this might see like this region. My trading view is all laggy now. Once a trend breaks, do you then look for a new trend? Nah, don't like readjust the lines to make your setup work kind of thing. I used to do that all the time, and it would bite me in the ass every time. Right? Chart a setup, and if it doesn't work, you could just move on to the next one, right? There's always another setup. Always, always, always. You got to let the setup come to you. Would Tweedle be a fake out for the breakout? No. This isn't really like a, this doesn't even have like a breakout scenario, you know? Whoops. Like here's a common level of resistance, but it's in an overall downtrend. So like, I mean, it could reclaim that level and then potentially test it, but it's in an overall downtrend. So it's likely that this is just going to keep going down. That makes sense. MU, I was actually looking at this. I like this a lot, but thing is, I think this might test 89 again. And here's a wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wave 5s are typically, they make these patterns right here. Like these. This is what they do. All wave 5s make this pattern, and then they tank, right? It's going to be like an ABC. But like the overall setup is kind of like a cup and handle, right? We have a cup at the previous level of resistance, and it rejected. Right, it broke through. This did a fake out before the breakdown. So this is kind of, I'm bearish on this. Amazon, we did quickly, right? Multiple levels of support on this white line. We also have this previous level right here. So that might as well hold 32.36, needs to hold 32.36. But if it doesn't hold here, then we might see a move down to this level, right? We have a double bottom right here, which is right around 31.75, right in that region. Right in this region. Yep. Ascending wedge. Amazon had a fat double top here, right? It literally touched it perfectly and died. Yeah, Elliott wave. I have a ton of stuff on it in the Discord. In the market resources section. Ghost posted a lot of stuff, managing trades, risk to reward, volume profile. I mean, I can open all these, I guess, if you want me to. All right, so Ghost made this, managing trades. All right, with charts. So you guys can go through that. What is this one? Let's see. Volume analysis and volume profile. How to add it on TradingView. What it all means. How to use it. Very in-depth. We have the strat, which is like what Viper uses if you're in the tech chat. Here's a good book that you can pull up. Click the link and you have a book, Trading in the Zone. Amazing, amazing book to read. A lot of pages. Covers a lot. Read this entire thing and you'll be a pro. These videos, watch. Definitely will read this one. This is what I read. I have a video covering the dashboard, but we just covered that. A little risk management thing. So many, an options tracker spreadsheet. You could track all your plays in an Excel file. Here's a good little pattern cheat sheet. Yeah, Elliott wave cheat sheet. Yep, I do have a video covering Elliott wave on my YouTube. I made this little PDF a long time ago. It feels like. What is Elliott wave? So here, you can literally click this Elliott wave theory and the easiest pattern play. What it is, principles, what the waves are, what it looks like. This, if you want to screenshot this, this is like a very good cheat sheet with the probabilities of a reversal. Take a screenshot, or it's just posted in the Discord. If you're not in already, join it. How to draw it. More cheat sheets. Right, you could just put these on your phone and read them when you have some free time. Right, how to draw them. So here's like a typical wave 5. Right, it gets tighter and tighter, and then it drops. Complex corrections. You guys can look at that on your own time. And then there's so much stuff in here. So take advantage of that. Okay. Back to some charts. We'll do a couple more chart requests. Twitter. I haven't looked at this in so long. So this is the original pattern I had. It broke down and I haven't looked at it since. It's in a downtrend, so not really looking at anything here. Nothing really too special here. Disney. What do we got here? A nice little W. We got a little W here. Nothing too special either. I'm not gonna like try and force a pattern here. But if you can break this region, All right, this top here, it has a gap to fill. So that's the only thing, right? 163, 164. So, I mean, you could play that. Square. Well, yeah, Square and PayPal have been brutal lately. Broke this level of support, right? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce. Then it fell below, retested, confirmed, and now it's just straight down. Not looking at this at all. Swear we did AMC. It's not even worth looking at these, honestly. I mean, it has the support right here. So if it can hold this 21 level, that's a weird candle. Can hold this 21 level, maybe break out of this, maybe. But I don't know. I know every time I pass the AMC by my house or my place, it's packed. I don't know about you guys. Apple just broke this trend, so I'm not really watching it here. Kind of looks pretty bearish. And the risk to reward isn't great if you were to take a trade. So, not on my watch list this week. NASDAQ futures are up. By the way, look at that candle. So, that looks kind of good. Looks kind of good to me. I hope NASDAQ rips. Pen. I haven't looked at this in a while, too. Wow, I haven't charted this in a while, and it is doing exactly what I charted. Look at that. W, X, and Y, right to 38. It's at 47 right now, but it went to 43. You got a 165 put. I think you're positioned very well. Falling wedge. A falling wedge would be like this. This is too extended. This would be like this you're talking about, I'm assuming. Something like that. Assuming you're talking about that. But it's holding very well. Right? Bottom, bottom. This looks pretty good. Looks like it might rip to the upside. And we just did, right? I don't know why this thing has just been brutal, pen. What goes up must come down, I guess, right? As earnings coming up. February. Walmart. Walmart I was actually looking at today. It's kind of forming like a wedge. My entry is this green line, 145.36. It needs to break 146.53. And it might push towards this double top here, but it's, you know, it's like nothing really too special. Definitely keep an eye on it though. Zoom has been awful. Awful. Don't look at this. Like long term, maybe. But for short term trade, this is a overall downtrend. So not looking at it. ESM. I haven't looked at this in a while. Like, look at this consolidation. No, but it's kind of like IWM. Yeah, see? Basically the same. TSM. Yeah, Kind of like a falling wedge. It just broke that level right there. So if it can get back over, maybe over that candle, right? Like around 125. A little push to the upside. You could definitely play that. DraftKings. Same with this. I mean, I don't know why. It's such good company. And I know all my friends use it. A lot of people use DraftKings. And it just can't go anywhere. But this is sitting at, right? So if this is an A, B, C, it's sitting right at the area it would reverse. So, I mean, it's going to do it. It's either going to be around 25, which it's right here, or it's going to push down to 18. DraftKings had many signups for New York. I think, the news already passed and it didn't move at all. So I think maybe next quarter, like when earnings comes out, maybe, but like every year it's been brutal. Their ER has been terrible. So just stay away from these for now. Facebook, definitely watching this week. It's trading in a range, but I like this here. I like that bottom here, right? It bounced right off that previous support. We have a very common level of resistance. So I think if it can break this 339 level, we might see a rip to around 350. So this is on the 30-minute, the 1 hour, whatever you want to look at. But definitely watching this week. I have my alert set right here. What else do I want to cover? Coin looks kind of decent on the daily. Right, we have this bottom here. We just bounced right off of it. Kind of a big falling wedge. UPS, definitely watch. This I could delete because we're not covering that anymore. But, right, triple top right here. We're at the top. If it breaks through, we're going to run. Big inverse head and shoulders as well. Walmart, watched that already. So we covered everything on my list. Peloton. Same with Peloton. I mean, I personally can't see the stock doing anything. I know a lot of people use the bike, but like working out from home again ain't really doing too well. Gyms are open. Unless we do shutdowns again, which I think is highly unlikely. I just can't see this doing well. And the chart looks awful. So Microsoft filled that little gap. It has this level of support right around 305. And it just broke this double bottom here. So needs to reclaim this double bottom here around 318. Needs to push back up and reclaim that. But it's just trading in a range. Nothing really too special there either. A lot of charts don't look too good right now. Melly needs to hold that bottom level around right around 1015, 1016. Yeah, Peloton's trash. Overall downtrend. This is the MACD, RSI MACD combined, not the TTM. J&J. Kind of like this, right? An ascending triangle. We had a flat top, higher and higher lows, just pushed out, broke over that 173 level. I like it. This looks pretty good. Right, target could be 175, this level of resistance, and then the next target over that is the highs, around 179. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Could definitely watch that for a play this week. Watch for flow on it. Watch the dashboard. Keep this open and watch this for any flow. Double the amount of calls to puts. So keep an eye on it. You can see the alerts, by the way, right from here. If you go to analyst alerts, you can see it all right through the page. So you don't even need to like look at the Discord. But now you have tech chat here. And you have the alerts page here. Okay, let's do a couple more tickers and then we're gonna head out. Gotta eat. I'm hungry. So has this level of resistance. Looks like it's breaking out. Needs to break over the high right here. It looked like it tried, but it failed. Now it's trying to push for a second time. So, you know, pretty decent. It could definitely start to move if we could break over that. Like every now and then, whenever stocks start to squeeze, like I'll go back to them. Like when one stock squeezes because of the short interest, it tends to, like, the momentum starts to push on all low float, high short interest tickers. So like that's when I'll shift to trading those squeeze names. But nothing's really been squeezing recently, so I haven't really touched that. I've just been trading like the big cap stocks. So yeah, Pete, I've been trading mostly liquid, like all liquid names. If you want to see how I did the dashboard, I reviewed it earlier in the video, like right away. You could just scroll back and read that after the stream if you want. Yeah, out of the money calls could be short calls for sure, which the dashboard will tell you that. Like here, a bearish call right here. Someone sold this. Let's check out Cat. This is a good name to watch. Look at that breakout. Wow. Haven't even looked at this and it worked perfect. Needs to break 223.76, closed right above. This could run to the highs. For sure, it can run to the highs. Definitely watch this. Meal 7 today, eh? Eat clean and train hard. What's up, Jay? Pleasure to have you. Coin, I did already. It's at that double bottom right there. Looks pretty good if it can hold that 225 level. JD, haven't looked at this in a long time. Oops. I like that triple bottom, but needs to like break out here. It kind of did. It's kind of reversing. Entry over 69.68. Target would be this candle here. 71, and then, you know, like a ladder. Basically what it is. And so on. MRK. Yeah, I gotta eat. What should I make, guys, or what should I order? Anyone eating anything good? Yeah, this one has this little gap to fill, which it probably will fill 81.96. No problem, William. Yeah, definitely check out the dashboard part, Pete. Haven't really looked at banks, I don't think. JP. Oh, this is on my watch list for this week for sure. I forgot to add it, so thank you for reminding me. This level of resistance broke out. Now we have multiple days over the resistance, and we're starting to form this little wedge here. So definitely watching this. If it can break over 168.58, I think we'll push to this high of like around 171.50. So definitely watch that. Zone, no fly until breakout. Eggs. You're eating eggs? It's like it's late at night. All right, now you guys are making me starving. Taco Bell? I may have to drive to get Taco Bell. That sounds really good right now. Wow, you guys are making me hungry here. A5 whack. Oh my god. I would kill a steak. Chicken noodle soup, that sounds good too. I think I need to go to like a diner and just order everything. Beyond. All right, we're talking about food. Let's cover Beyond. Absolute doink of a stock. Like, this is brutal. I know they had that news and like they broke out, but I just like I have no interest in trading a ticker that's just going down, down, down. All right, on that note, I think I have to go get food. Been streaming for an hour and a half. If you guys have any questions, ask me in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. You know all the shenanigans. Let's have a killer week. Let's go, Tesla. Let's break out this week. Here's the Tesla setup. Could delete all these lines here. There is the Tesla setup. Hope you guys enjoyed midweek stream. Maybe during market open, do some live trades. I know I have to go eat. All right, gotta feed the muscles, you know. Hit the gym, stay healthy. Everyone hit the gym this year. Don't get fat. Let's stay shredded as a group. Bon appetit.